One of the things I would say is when it is in your position to give second chance, do it, because you will need it one day. Same condition, you will need it one day. And because we don't have foresight and the ability, and we are humans and we don't know what is going to happen 5 years from now, sometimes that is the reason why we don't give second, third, fourth chances. But if only we know that this thing that we are able to give someone second chance on, it can happen to us again. Hello and welcome to Answers With The Answers, and this is PG.
And I'm PH with a new episode. Today is going to be fun. We have Q&A season 2. It's the first Q&A in season 2. So
and I like questions.
And listen, we've been reading your comments. We've been getting your questions, and we're going to be answering them. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. And in the next episode, we'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway that we did when we did the Welcome Back series. All right?
This is good.
So it's Q&A.
You're going to win something.
Off topic. Our team are ready.
And I'm excited. Yes. So let the questions flow.
Yes.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
PH, rate your day on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh.
Mondays are an 8. Tuesdays are a 9. Wednesdays for sure is a 5. Thursday is a 9. Fridays 7.5. Saturdays 9.9. Sunday 10. Yes.
PG, rate your day.
You know, this is a very strategic and very, instead of answering the question straight to the point, I really have never thought that I can actually sit to rate my day.
Yes.
Like, I have the most amazing day every day, and it may sound like it's, but that is so true. Like,
but sometimes you receive certain calls and texts of what people are going through
every day.
It could be bad, it could be, so that's what I believe she wants you to rate it as.
Yeah, that is why usually I somehow, and I really want to say that is why actually I wake up in the morning and my first thing is, this is the day the Lord has made and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And then I say stuff like, today it's going to be amazing. I'm successful. I cannot fall. I cannot faint. God is with me. Yes. I'm full of the hand of God.
I believe the
lines are drawn in pleasant places. And guess what? I end the day like that.
So it's a 10 for Pastor. Monday to Sunday.
I wouldn't say 10, but I say that it is so high, I can't rate it.
Oh.
It's not a 10 all day, every day.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean, of course, because I receive. Let me give you one of the days that I went through. There was a day I woke up in the morning. The first thing is that my wife was just had an attack. And I had to take her like around 5 o'clock to the emergency. And I took her to the emergency. I came home around maybe 6 o'clock. I had a wedding that day. I didn't cancel it. I went to go do the wedding. I came back. My daughter put a bead in her nose. So I took my daughter to the emergency. And then the doctors. And then I realized that, oh my goodness, the suit that I was going to wear was with the dry cleaners. So I needed to go and take it. On my way there, brand new Mercedes-Benz, someone hit the car. And then I came home and I said to myself, God, how can one person go through a day like this? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that the day was full of events, but I am like this.
You're stable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wish I can say that I have numbers for it, but I don't have numbers for it.
Okay, so I'll ask you another question.
Thank you. Save me.
What do you think makes a generation unique?
What makes a generation unique is what they think they know, not what they know.
Can you explain a little bit further?
Yes. Because what happened is that the scripture says that there is nothing new under the sun. And so whenever a generation comes and a culture has shifted, a trend has shifted, a system has changed, a technology has changed, they think that it is the newest and no one has ever and no one can get them. But there was a previous generation that had an idea of that. It may not have been at the level of the technology, but they had an idea. And so what makes a generation different is that what they think, they know that the other generation don't know.
Wow, that's a good one.
Okay, Paige.
Yes.
What makes an ideal friend?
What makes an ideal friend?
Gift.
You got to check the previous episode to know why he said gifts. And you know, to your amazement, I won't talk about gifts this time.
Okay.
An ideal friend is a friend that has what it takes to sharpen you.
Sharpen you, wow.
You have to have the ability to sharpen me. Sharpen me in what? Your ability to be able to challenge me for me to go to my next and genuinely be there to celebrate me. And the genuinity of you expecting me to be so brutally honest with you that when I also sharpen you, you go to your next. It's not really a fair game of friendship when only one person keeps going up.
That's right.
It's not. We have to be able to sharpen, because when iron is sharpening iron, one gets sharper, the iron is sharpening, it gets sharper. At one point, I'm useful because I'm sharpening you. You're useful because you're getting sharper. So the ideal friend is the ability for me to sharpen you and for you to sharpen me.
That's amazing. That's really, really good, because friendship is so important that the scripture takes a lot of verses to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I believe that the scripture talks about, a friend can even stick closer than a brother.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say about friendship is the ability, like you said, to challenge one another, and then the ability to input in one another. And in this season and in this season of life, the ability to really be there, and I will be there for you.
Yeah.
That is what friendship is all about. That we are able to really be there for one another in the good, in the bad, and in the not so good season. When you're looking for friendship, that is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And honestly, I will say with what Pastor Harry said, the ability to be so honest with one another, and you are not jealous of me, and I'm not jealous of you, and you can talk to me,
That's right.
and I can talk to you.
Yeah.
Everyone needs such a friend. I pray that you will get such a friend.
Oh, yes.
Everyone needs such a friend.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Your favorite thing about yourself?
Wow.
My favorite thing about myself. Wow, this is probably a tough question, and I usually don't have tough questions because I'm not able to.
Level.
It's not something you're able to talk about yourself. But I would say that the favorite thing that I've realized never changes. It's my love for God. And so if I'm able to say anything about me, my love for God and my desire to know Him. I'm hungry for God. And that is probably the greatest thing, because when you take that away from me, it's like you've taken my light out of me. Yeah. Everything else can be in alignment if that is there. Yeah.
That's good.
PH, what is the best compliment that you've ever received?
Oh, that she's the best thing ever happened after KFC, that she's everything all, and that she is awesome, she's pretty, she's beautiful, she's turning purple, she's amazing, she's awesome, and I love her, and my card is in my office right now.
So people, I think that the lesson is pray to God for a husband that will talk to you this way. This is amazing.
She's turning purple.
I've turned
She's
purple,
blushing.
I've turned blue. I don't remember the question anymore. So you gotta say the question again. Or another question is fine. Wonderful.
What is the best compliment?
There you go. He said it. Yes.
So then I want to ask.
So I always tell her she is the most beautiful person in the world. And when I married her, I told her she should never let anyone think they are prettier than her. And so PH is actually one person, if you know her by herself, her confidence is actually out of order. Like it's out of order. Like it's not normal. And most of the time I tell her, my friend, my love, like relax, like take it easy. Like
do you know how many times we'll go places and he will call us like, my love, please walk normal, please just be yourself. I said, did you see the mirror that I just passed? I'm being myself. So,
and the reason why I'm saying this, and I want to really tell the men watching, please, I want to tell the men watching, please don't be stingy with your compliment when it comes to compliment. Ladies. Be very, 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 really generous, and not just generous, but really truthfully generous with your compliment. As far as, and I want to say the women in your life, means your children, your younger ones. Do you know I have more than 100 songs for my daughter?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And every day she comes for me to sing for her.
Oh yes.
Every day. Yes. Every day I create a song for her.
Oh yes.
Every day since she was like this.
Oh, baby, yeah.
And guess what? She's 12 now. Yeah. And when I sing for her, her head is like this big.
Yes.
Yeah. You know why? And they know.
Yeah.
I dance with her and I sing for her.
Yes.
Because I've been telling her, hear what your daddy is telling you. And the same thing I tell her. So let men
That's a good one.
Tell your ladies.
Yes. Very good one. It's a good one.
And I tell people when I'm doing marriage counseling, I tell the men.
As well.
Yes. So
Good.
if you need marriage counseling, don't come to me. I'm not requesting that you come.
I'm going to shift gears a little.
Okay.
Would you rather be hot or cold?
Hot.
PH.
Hot.
What's your favorite quote?
It is well.
Same question for me?
Yes.
I have lots.
Give us two.
In this season, what I have finally come to accept that PJ has been teaching for a long time is they didn't do it because they didn't know any better. And it took a long time for me to believe that. But maturity have taught me that people don't do what they're supposed to do because they really did not know. It helps my heart. So that is one of the ones in the season. And then the next one is the goodness of God will see me through it.
The goodness of God.
The goodness of God will see me through it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is a hot dog a sandwich?
It's a what?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
We should just say yes so she can ask us the next question. What do you think? Let's
Yes.
just say yes.
Yes.
Let's say yes.
Thank
So
you.
she
Yeah.
can, yes, there we go. So she asks us the next question.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a question of both of you. What is the hardest challenge you overcame?
I think for me, the hardest challenge we overcame is, there are many, but when my wife was sick and pregnant, and in that season, we had just planted a church. So you are 7 people and you are praying for people. They are getting healed, but your wife and your son in the belly, they are dying, and the doctors are giving you a choice that you have to pick one. And it was the hardest season of our life as a family. We are living in 2 different places, both Ottawa and Toronto, going back and forth, moving into a new city, starting a new church. But we realized that in that season, God made something out of us. We were tougher.
It's the same thing. If I should add anything, my lashes will come off. So we will leave that.
It was a very tough season.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so
Yeah.
with you answering that way, I'm going to follow up that question with this question.
That's good.
How did you push past the
I think quitting was not an option.
Yes.
Quitting meant I had to die.
Die.
Yeah. So in that season, quitting was not an option. And when I used to look at my 2 young ones, I just didn't have that option.
Wow.
It wasn't an option to consider. So each day was a gift, and each day was, let's just make it to the next minute.
Yeah.
The next minute. Just the next minute. The next 60 seconds. Yeah.
And I think for me, the fact that I had to be strong for everyone, including the church, including her, and including the kids. And so whatever she used to do, I had to do it for the kids, and then also be there for the congregation. And no one knew. And so it will never show in my demeanor. It will never show in my preaching, and it will never show in people that are around. In that time, I remember I had to stay up usually in the night to pray so that she can be alive. So for almost a year, I never slept. I was always sitting from midnight to 5 a.m. and I'm just praying in the spirit. Katabalaga, leska. So what happened is that the Lord made something out of us in that season.
Yes.
And what we thought was a challenge, God was building something in us. And we came out understanding that people can go through, that no matter how anointed you are, you're not exempted from problems. Right. And it softened our heart towards the pain of people. Yes. Right. So, and that was actually not the only, because right after that, then we went through our season of financial hardship. Right after that season, then as a family, we went through our season of being challenged financially. Yeah. Not because of mismanagement, but we believe now, we look back, that God was testing us with money. And I remember in that season, PH, it was so interesting. This was my schedule. I woke up in the morning, I'm up praying because I just came through this whole thing. And then by 6 o'clock, we have to get ready and take our youngest two, or our oldest two, to Pastor Harriet's sister, who will at 7 o'clock take them to their school. And then we will drive directly to another city, about maybe 70 kilometers or so. That is where, at that time, Pastor Harriet's office was. And so we had one car. So I'll drive her there. Yes. And then I'll take the baby. I'll drive the baby to Toronto to my mother's house. And then I'll drive straight to the church office with all my meetings. Then I can only work for 4 hours.
Yeah, and then you have to.
So my meetings, administration, structure, and then right after that, I would have to drive speed. And the amount of time the school threatened to call the social services on me because I couldn't get there. I was late. Yeah. And I'll drive all the way to Brampton, another city, to pick the kids. Then the moment I pick the kids, then I'll drive to go pick Pastor Harriet. Then the moment I pick Pastor Harriet, I'll pick the baby. So I used to drive at least 4 hours a day.
That's 5 minimum. Times. And if it was the midweek service, we'll all drive back to church.
No, I'll drive back to church. Friday, I'll go to church. And nobody knew that. Yeah.
And we're still smiling, serving. And
so what I'm trying to say is that, listen, don't think you're going through where you're going through and everyone should be pity on you.
No. That's the first thing.
Grow some backbone and know that it's just a season. PH.
That was good. That was good. My lashes are still intact, so we're good. We're good.
Ask her the next question because I talked too much.
No, that was good. It was good you shared it. Yeah.
You basically eliminated 4 questions I wanted to ask.
That was.
So PH, do you believe in second chances?
100%. I believe in second chances, but the Lord had to. When I look at my life is not just second. It's like a million chances with the Lord. And I believe there's still a few more He's going to give me if Jesus should tarry. But I do believe that second chances are awarded to those that recognize that they made a mistake to begin with. when you don't believe that you made a mistake and you're even given the second chance, you don't value it. You don't even see it as a second chance. So it's actually given to those that are humble enough to say, I missed it. Try me again. That's when the value of second chances comes to a place of what's the word? A place of meaningful, like it has meaning to it, right? So I do believe that when I am given the opportunity to give a second chance to someone, I always think about someone that committed a crime and is on death row, and the day has come for them to execute them. And they've been given their last meal, and they're taking that walk to where there's an electric chamber, whatever it is, and the governor calls and say, release them. I've given them clemency. The value of that second chance can only be understood by the person living it. So when I think of second chance, I think of me being the governor that can say, hey, it's okay. You can try it again. Because I know that the weight and the value of that chance will carry meaning to that individual, that something good will come out of that option given to the person.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I think. Yeah.
I'll add one thing to it. Yeah. When it comes, everyone needs second chance, and multiple chances. And one of the things I will say is when it is in your position to give second chance, do it, because you will need it one day. Same condition, you will need it one day. And because we don't have foresight and the ability, and we are humans and we don't know what is going to happen 5 years from now, sometimes that is the reason why we don't give second, third, fourth chances. But if only we know that this thing that we are able to give someone second chance on, it can happen to us again. What I will add to it, and I think this is one of the things Pastor Ari usually will say, is what I will say to it is that second chance is not a sign that complete reconciliation has happened. Right? So, for example, for someone who has kept beating the wife, and they kept beating the wife, and they kept beating the wife, and the wife keeps getting given the second chance and third and fourth, and all of a sudden the wife says that, you know what, now I'm not able to take this beating anymore. You go and beat Mike Tyson. Since you are so strong, go and try it on Tyson.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, this guy comes to the senses because the person is gone. Right? Now, the person that is gone can forgive as a second chance, but really can say that because I don't want to receive this beating anymore,
That's right.
this time around,
I have stipulations.
I have
Conditions.
just some conditions
yeah.
in here.
Right.
And I think that is where we Christians, we find it very hard
That's right.
to understand. We think that once you forgive, that means that the door of access is automatically open.
I like that.
Sometimes the door of access has to be used with wisdom.
Right.
And it's very tough for us Christians to really live that, because sometimes it makes you think as if you're a sinner, that you have forgiven, but you have now managing your door.
Access.
But that is wisdom you are using.
Yeah.
So most of the time when we talk about second chances, we just need to realize that not all second chances has 100 reconciliation.
That's right. That's right. That's a good one.